All right, guys. So here's the patch notes. Helldivers 2 01.003.200 patch notes. We got some balancing fixes, mission fixes, weapon fixes, and miscellaneous fixes. From a balancing standpoint, we have on the Helldiver front, we have reduced the time it takes for the Helldivers to regain control after ragdolling from 0.8 to 0.5 seconds. I experienced this firsthand a ton yesterday, guys. Those of you who are watching, you know all about it, man. I was getting lit up by enemy artillery, and I just kept getting flung all over the freaking map, and it sucked because I would get flung, and then, yeah, it seemed like it took about a second before I came to and could actually start moving again. So that is big. That is big. I look forward to seeing how that impacts your ability to get up and moving again after ragdolling. Next, we have increased chest injury bleed damage from 1 to 10. Chest injuries now cause more noticeable damage, as the previous value of 1 was so low it appeared to have no effect. That is not true. That is not true. I have absolutely noticed whenever I had a chest injury, because your health just continues to drain. Yes, it was not incredibly fast, but to 10 exit, man, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. That might be a little bit too much, too much of a change, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, CQC one true flag. Thanks to some groundbreaking military research into pointier flag tips. Pointier flag tips. I don't know why I said pointier. I'm getting all fancy. It's French. It's French, guys. Into pointier flag tips, the flag can now be proudly planted directly into enemies, dead or alive, ensuring the eternal colors of Super Earth are never tainted, only quenched by the blood of its foes. That's kind of cool, actually. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I don't think I have the flag unlocked yet, though. All right, some primary weapons changes. So the AR-30, so a lot of these are not going to apply to me because I don't have probably some of these weapons unlocked yet, but still want to go through them here. So AR-32 pacifier, stun duration increase from 1.5 to 3 seconds. That's big. That's big. I mean, doubling the stun duration on anything is awesome. Starting magazines increased from 5 to 6. Max amount of magazines increased from 7 to 8. A slight increase in stun value applied to enemies. Okay. All right, cool. So SMG pummeler. Stun duration increase from 1.5 to 3 seconds. Slight increase in stun value applied to enemies. Arc 12 Blitzer. Slight increase in stun value. R2124 Constitution. Bayonet stagger strength increase from 20 to 25. R2 Amendment. Bayonet stagger strength increase from 20 to 25. So as we have these weapons and you do a melee attack, you hit them with a bayonet. I don't know that I've ever used that before. I mean, I've used melee attack. I don't know that I've ever used melee attack with a bayonet equipped. Sidearms, P92 Warrant now also locks onto large-sized enemies. All right. Okay. All right. So we got some throwables here. G109 Urchin. Stagger strength increase from 0 to 50. It now staggers and affects large-sized enemies. I don't think I have the Urchin. I do have the Incendiary. The amount of fuel has been increased in the grenade, resulting in longer-lasting fire duration. I actually don't like that. I like it, but I don't like it. So the one thing that sucks is whenever I have the Incendiary grenades equipped, whenever I come across one of those bunkers that has like the big steel doors that you have to explode to get access to the goodies inside, if I have incendiary grenades, I use them, but I can't go down and pick up my loot until after that fire is completely extinguished. Otherwise, I take fire damage or maybe die. So I don't like it in that aspect, but I do like it from the aspect of the increased damage it's going to do to enemies. G13 Incendiary Impact. I do not have that one yet. I have an impact grenade, but not the Incendiary Impact. Also, same deal. So amount of fuel has been increased, resulting in a longer fire duration. Stratagems, A Flam 40 Flame Sentry. So the Flame Sentry, do we have that yet, guys? I guess we do. I don't have it yet. I was trying to think. So I think there is a new sentry coming in the Control Order War Bond that's coming out, I think, in 2 days now. I think it's a laser sentry, though. So I guess there's a flamethrower sentry. I don't think I have that. I'm pretty sure I don't. So fire damage resistance increased from 0 to 95. Cooldown reduced from 150 to 100. That's a big cooldown change. Very big cooldown change. Actually, I don't know when it says fire damage resistance. I'm guessing it's talking about the sentry itself, not the enemies that it's hitting, which I guess is good. If it's spewing flames everywhere, I'm sure there's a chance that it ends up taking some fire damage in that process. GL52 De-Escalator. Slight increase in stun value applied to enemies. Awesome. Okay. Boosters. The Firebomb Hellpod now affects the Hellpod's default explosion as well. Firebomb Hellpod. So there's a booster where your Hellpod comes in and explodes. That's awesome, actually. I didn't know that was a thing. That's cool. I don't think I've ever played with anybody where that was equipped. That'd be really cool to see. If any of you guys have that and you're joining the squad today, we'd love to see that. Stagger strength decrease from 80 to 15 to prevent ragdolling players. Okay, so you actually would fly out of it when it explodes. Do you take damage too? That's interesting. The sentry very often kills itself, Aldo. Yeah, okay. So that's why they gave it some fire resistance. Stagger strength decreased from 80 to 15. Yep. Okay, I already read that. Demolition strength decreased from 40 to 20 because we now correctly also additively apply the normal hell pod explosion. Okay. Stun pod. So there's stun pods as well. Now affects the hell pod's default explosion as well. Stagger strength decreased from 80 to 15 to prevent ragdolling players. Demolition strength decreased from 40 to 20 because we now correctly also additively apply the normal hell pod explosion. Okay, so stun pods and firebomb hell pods have been affected by this patch. Enemies general. It's now easier to put large to massive sized enemies on fire. That's actually nice. That's real nice actually. You guys know me. I like my my laser cannon. So with the laser cannon now, we can put some enemies like the freaking flesh mobs, or maybe even the bile titans and them kinds of enemies on fire a little bit easier. That's great. I'm down with that. Terminids, the warrior, damage needed to give warriors increased from 500 to 750. This is how much damage is needed to explode the body without leaving a corpse behind. Okay. Automaton, scout strider, legs armor decreased from 3 to 2. Legs durable resistance has been increased. Okay. So looks like you can bust the armor off a little quicker, but it's harder to take the leg off by hitting it. Illuminates overseer variant. Man, I hate them freaking overseers, bro. Hate them overseers, man. Not as much as the chargers, but I hate the overseers. Unarmored torso health zone armor decreased from 2 to 1. Good. They made it a little bit easier to take off the armor. Fixes, weapon stratagems and boosters. Fix an issue with the R12124 Constitution playing audio during the wrong instances. Fix an issue with the draw and holster speed with the gunslinger armor passive. I don't think I have that. Fix an issue with ranged weapon grips after dropping the entrenchment tool. Enemies, fix an issue where status effect damage we're attempting to apply more times than intended. Okay, that's a good fix, I guess. I mean, it hurts us a little bit. Now we don't get the extra damage that wasn't intended, but that's all right. Missions. Fix an issue that prevented stratagems from working correctly on terminate illegal broadcast objectives. Fix an issue with bad enemy pathing on military uplink objectives. Fix an issue for the terminal and drop-off point where they became inaccessible during the retrieve recon craft intel objective. Okay, I never encountered that any of those bugs, I don't think. So whatever, good that they've identified them, good that they're fixing them. Appreciate that. That way I don't have to worry about running into them now. Miscellaneous fixes. Fix an issue in first-person view where some armors resulted in visible obstructions around the shoulder while using a high field of view. Fix an issue during map generation that could result in missing terrain features. I have absolutely had that happen to me, where I ended up getting like inside of a mountain or a building and I couldn't get out. I had to like kill myself to get out. So that is good. Hopefully they got most of those figured out. Fixed fall animations occasionally playing before victory poses. Extended some fonts to handle Bengali characters and player names. Fixed an error that caused some enemy models to appear in lower quality. Nice. Fixed an issue to prevent accidentally triggering jump packs or climbing on supply pods while using the interact button on the controller. Okay. Fix an issue where exiting the chat was leaving players unarmed. But yeah, that would suck. Fix an issue with aiming during the draw emote. Fixed issues when exiting first person view using emotes. Okay. So yeah, overall, I agree. These are good fixes. Nothing I would say that's incredibly impactful. I don't think. Maybe the incendiary, depending on how much that they change the fuel in that. I would say probably the most impactful thing that I see that I'm a little worried about. Actually, two things. One that I'm not worried about that I'm happy about is this ragdolling. The regaining control after ragdolling from 0.8 to 0.5 seconds. I think that's great. I think that'll be awesome and noticeable. This one right here, though, this one has me worried. Increased chest injury, bleed damage from 1 to 10. Like, that is a massive change. That is a massive change. And I don't feel like I get chest injuries a lot, but I do get it. I mean, you get it from time to time. And from 1 to 10, like if you just bleed out like super, super quick, that's going to be tough, man. Like if it bleeds you out as fast as your health goes down when you catch on fire, it's going to require very, very quick decision-making to hurry up and get healed from that. Because it's not, to me though, that impact when you have chest bleeding, at least from what I can tell, it's not as easy to notice as it is when you catch on fire. When you catch on fire, it's easy. You see your guy burning, hurry up, hit a stem, right? Dive, whatever, you're good. You got chest injury where you're bleeding out. I don't think it's quite as obvious that it's happened to you. What do you guys think?